James says something that should make all of us a little nervous. In chapter 3, verse 5, he writes, "See how great the forest a small spark sets on fire." And then in verse 6, the tongue itself is a fire. If you've ever lived near the mountains in a dry season, you'll know exactly what he means. One spark out of a car window, and it's all it takes. By evening, the whole hillside is gone, the air thick with smoke. Not because of the spark that was as big, but because the conditions were ready. The grass was dry and waiting. That's the uncomfortable truth about words that wound. It's usually not a big dramatic speech. It's one line, one sarcastic jab dressed up as a joke, one thing we said about someone when they weren't in the room, small, almost nothing, and then it catches fire and it spreads, and we stand there knowing we can't call it back. I'll be honest with you, I know this fire from both sides. I've been burned by words that I didn't deserve, words that played on repeat in my head for years. And I've thrown sparks I'd give anything to take back. Times won the argument and lost the person. And here's what verse 6 is helping me see. James says this fire runs deep. Small as it is, the tongue can set the whole course of life ablaze. But the fire doesn't actually start in my mouth. It starts before that. In the irritation I never dealt with, the resentment I let dry out in the sun, the hurt I never brought to God. By the time it reaches my words, it's already alight inside of me. So the work isn't only biting my tongue in the moment, although sometimes that's exactly what's needed. The deeper work is asking what's been quietly catching fire inside me long before I even open my mouth. Because you can't put out a fire you won't admit is burning. So here's the invitation. Today, when you feel that spark, that hot little urge to say a cutting thing, do one small, almost ridiculous thing. Pause, breathe once, and ask yourself, do I want to be warm here, or do I want to burn something down? One breath, that's the fire break. One spark can take a whole relationship, but one pause can save it.